Hi, I'm Jacob Gallucci, and today I'd like to talk about one of my all-time favorite Chicago sports teams. It's the 2005 Chicago White Sox. That was such a great year. It really was. I was a junior and senior in high school at the time, and I'll never forget it. Just there's so many memories from that year, and just it's amazing. In that season, I went to about 15 to 20 games. I'd say I went to about 10 regular season games, and then every home playoff game that year. So I went to 6 playoff games, and it was amazing. It was an incredible experience, and I hope that they can win again in the next few years. I really do, because it was amazing. It really was. It was surreal, and I'll never forget some of the things from that season. I got some of this information online. The White Sox went 99 and 63 that year, and it's weird. Their record on the road was better than it was at home. A lot of people don't remember. I had forgotten actually, but at home they went 47 and 34 that year. On the road they went 52 and 29. It's amazing. As good as they were, they won more road games than home games. It's crazy, but they won the division by 6 games over Cleveland. Cleveland went 93 and 69 that year, and the White Sox almost fell apart that year too. People forget, but they almost did. On August 1st, they were 69 and 35. They had a 15-game lead over Cleveland, and they collapsed big time. It was almost one of the most monumental collapses in baseball history. In August, they went, I think it was 12 and 16 or 12 and 17 that month, and they played pretty poorly. They lost 7 straight games at one point and 8 of 9. And on September 24th, their record was 93 and 61, and they were only up by 1.5 games over Cleveland. They had lost 13.5 games in the standings in just under 2 months. That's appalling, but in the end, they held on, and they won the division by 6 games, and the playoffs were great. I mean, in the ALDS, we swept Boston in 3 games. They had won the World Series the year before, but we swept them in '05. And in the LCS, we beat the Angels 4 games to 1, and I was just so happy that it was amazing that we were going to the World Series. It was our first World Series appearance since 1959. It's 46 years. And in the World Series, we swept the Houston Astros in 4 games, and it was amazing. It really was. And the weird thing is, I mean, the White Sox were in first place all season from opening day until the end of the year. We were in first place. That's amazing. And Game 4, we won it on Wednesday, October 26th, 2005. And then the parade downtown was Friday, October 28th, 2005. Believe it or not, I didn't miss a single day of high school. I had perfect attendance all 4 years, but if there was one day that I should have taken off from school, it was that Friday, the day of the parade. I should have taken off from school that day. That's one of the biggest regrets in my life, for sure. It has to be. I really have no clue what I learned in school that day. I really can't remember it all, but if I had seen the parade, I would have remembered it now, and I would remember it like 20, 30 years from now. I mean, but I saw the clips on TV later that day and that whole weekend, and it was amazing. It really was. I mean, I'll never forget it, and I hope they win again soon. I really do. I'm almost 25. I'm hoping that they can win by the time I'm 30 or maybe 35. And the only player left from that team is Paul Konerko. I mean, Konerko's amazing now. And after 2011, Mark Burley left. I hated to see him go. I wish he had stayed, but what are you going to do? After last year, 2012, A.J. Pierzynski left. He was a great player on that '05 team too, but it was time for him to go, unfortunately. And Konerko's the last player left, and he's in the final year of his contract. I'm hoping that he'll stay past this year, but I'm not so sure. He turns 37 in March, and because of his great health, I think he could play till he's 40. I really think he could. I mean, if Jim Thome could play till he's 42, why can't Konerko play till he's 40? I mean, really. Konerko doesn't have any... Konerko's never had a long history of injuries, and he's been consistent most of his career. I hope he stays. I really do. And I want him to retire with the White Sox. And we made that mistake with Frank Thomas. Thomas leaving was terrible, but I'm hoping Konerko could stay. I really do. And he's the last player left from 2005, and it's hard to believe that it's been 8 years already. 8 years. And in all that time, we've made the playoffs only once since then. Once, in 2008. But I'm hoping we can make the playoffs at least. If not this year, then maybe next year. And, well, we'll see what happens. Who knows? Anyway, I'll be back tomorrow with 2 new videos. And until then, take care.